Hi, hope you can hear. There's quite a bit of a wind going on. This is my little video review of the RC120. It's by Decathlon and they call it the TRIBAN, RC TRIBAN 120. And I've had this bike now for probably about 3 or 4 months, and I'm just giving you a bit of a walk around really. The only addition I've put on is a small saddlebag, which I just put odds and ends in. It's got the what they call the Ergo Fit system seat, which is reasonably comfortable for about an hour or so, but then it begins to get a little bit sore bum time. The micro shift system is here. I've got to say that it's got 2 main cogs on the front sprocket, and that's all you sort of need actually. It's a Shimano system, and the micro shift is incredibly efficient, and it goes under the micro shift name, and I'm not sure if it's Decathlon, but certainly quite a bit of it is Shimano. The brakes are made by TRIBAN, and so are the tyres. They're a 700 by 28 road going tyre. This particular bike has the Cartridge Brakes, and as one bike reviewer said, you know, the Cartridge Brakes have won many Tour de France competitions, so I've got to say there's no issues at all with the brakes. They're very good for cartridge brakes. Now this bike is coming in at £350. I've put on, apart from, sorry, I didn't mention, I did put these little Halford lights on. They're only a pair of lights for you know, for sort of daytime use really. They're not meant for illuminating dark nights, but it comes with a set of lights, but they're so basic that these ones are slightly better. It comes with the bell as well, and as I say, really comfortable brake system, and you've got the micro shift here. If I can just sort of zoom in, sorry about the lack of clarity on this, it's my old iPhone 7, but you can see how you click up the gears hopefully, and click down, and again I'm really can't speak highly enough of the micro shift system. The overall look of the bike is I would say good. The RC120 is basically an aluminium frame with carbon forks. I'll just zoom in on the carbon forks for you. These really are superb. Now they call this, for £350, they call this an entry level bike. Now 350 of my pounds means that it's, you know, from my perspective, but I'm a bit of an old guy, anything over a couple of £100 is a reasonably decent investment. And they have the sort of logo there, designed and tested in Flanders and France. I think most of these bikes are made in Taiwan. They're not really built in France, but certainly designed and tested in Flanders, France. And I'll just zoom in on the rear light as well. Again, that's a Halford's special. I think they're about £5 for the pair of them. The little saddlebag is quite a useful little bit of kit. I think it's by TRIBAN, and that's quite a useful accoutrement for the bike itself. Comes with the dinky little reflectors on the wheel, which I've left, and I've got to say I'm really full of praise for the TRIBAN tyres. these 700 by 28s. They're supposed to have inbuilt puncture protection. I certainly haven't had any issues with them at all. I keep them well pumped up. I take them on light trails, but they're really road bike tyres, and the wheels I think are made by Decathlon. Obviously you can up spec it if you like and go for the disc brakes, but really, to be honest with you, these cartridge brakes are absolutely ideal. And the whole bike is, well, I read a review by a bike reviewer, and he gave it 5 out of 5, and he said he's never, in all his years of sort of cycling reviewing, and I think he was, you know, I think he'd been around a bit, he said he's never given a bike, you know, the full sort of, if you like, 10 out of 10. I can't remember if it was 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10, but on the basis of that review I thought, oh, this bike is worth a look at. So I ordered it, and really, in a nutshell, it came a few days later. You self-assembly it, but it's so easy. It comes in a great big cardboard box, and I've got to say I had no issues with it. The build quality, if you look at the welding on the aluminium frame, it all looks very, very neat to me. And the overall package, you know, the ride package, if you like, is incredibly adept. It's very, very, for me, fast. I'm a sort of, you know, I've just done a 25-mile run on the bike around country lanes, and it's absolutely ideal for that. Now, I'm not a purist, I'm not a long-term, long-distance cyclist. I've kept the pedals as they are, and they're okay. You know, there's nothing to write home about. They're plastic pedals, but as I say, the Shimano Tourne system is brilliant. The chain is good. The micro shift is really excellent. It's very, very precise. Now, if somebody had told me that this bike was 700 to £1,000, I really wouldn't have been surprised. But no, it's £350 delivered from Decathlon, and I had one issue where I thought the tyre was perishing on the sidewall, and I rang Decathlon, and the guy was so helpful. Their aftercare service does seem to be rather good. So would I recommend this bike? 100% yes. What would I give it out of 10? Well, as I say, I'm hard pressed to find anything negative about it. I can't really judge it and say, well, it's a bit hard on your bum because it's got no suspension, because I knew that was what the bike was when I actually bought it. You just got to wear some thick padded cycling trousers. But oh yeah, the other thing I've bought is an Elite water cage, but as I say, I've kept it reasonably standard. So the water cage, the Tourbon saddlebag, and the little Halford lights. I'd say I would recommend those little Halford lights. Overall, an excellent package. Yes, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm going to give it, I would give it 10 out of 10. I think it's a superb bike. It's certainly one of the best bikes I've ever actually owned, to be fair. I do have a little electric, what I'd call a shopper bike by Higger, the Vesta Light, and you can do a little bit of distance on it, but this bike here, it's light, it's agile, it can be fast if you want it to be. The two-way on shift on the you know, the large sprocket and the small sprocket, I don't really need the smaller third one. It's only got the two main settings on the front sprocket. I've not felt the need at all for you know, the third sprocket. If I was doing a lot of hill work, I think possibly yes. Would I get the disc brake version? No, not really. I'm actually very pleased with the cartridge brakes actually, and as the cycling reviewer I was listening to said, they've won lots of Tour de France's with cartridge brakes, and these modern cartridge brakes, as I say, I have no issue whatsoever. So yeah, I would give this one a big thumbs up, and yeah, do feel free to give me a thumbs up on my YouTube review. Sorry to walk around, I haven't got it all set up to show you the ride, so to speak, but I thought I'd give you my impressions 3 or 4 months in. I'm a casual but regular cyclist, and yeah, give you a big thumbs up for the TRIBAN RC120. Very good package, a good looking bike in my view, and I don't think you will be disappointed. Okay, thanks for looking, and give me a thumbs up if you like it. Cheers, thanks, bye.